NPP minority abusuya anti-LGBTQ bill ye passing no parliamentary. Abusuya there is some controversies koswa ombodi omoso monte ase ne enti ase china. Omonte ase say President Mahama oba be sign this bill no. Now there is some 23 clauses. If I stand to be corrected, 23 clauses are ishima NPP NDC majority year free. According to Reverend Intimfojo and Afenyo Markins. Intino abusuya sa yese gada a planning evil against President Mahama say kwa seal no court. The case in the court send prevent President Mahama from signing the anti-LGBTQ plus bill. Abusuya into NPP for Sisiano, sa plan na plan say de kwa court no. Abusuya ya collapse sa plan na. Kevin Tiller ababonten ababe expose big time. HSO say pese court na court na kwa no. Pese de disrupt President Mahama send own to me and sign anti-LGBTQ bill no. Abusuya into NPP plan plan afa anti-LGBTQ did there yinina no pese de copy mu court na yanko na yekonko T and ma Kevin Tiller de etudwa found na ye pese ene mudi nkomo bi open computer papa and open laptop papa Ghana hasi abora periodic computers and accessories abusuya and obenya quality laptop and a computer no why where you to say ode ko school say gaming machine and as ode ye business bi periodic computers press number we 0247 030 108 and now say 0597 942 133. So offer number screen when your periodic computers are free 0540 882 824. Ne location there enye Irakwan or Kumasi Buokrum Estate Eli unya friend na baby a piano periodic computers ebe deliver laptop no computers ediama medamase.
The NPP is a killing machine. They are a dangerous political party. They don't care about anybody. They can kill you and they will never talk about you again. So, thank you, Mr. S. Let's put the facts across. NPP, they don't want Mahama to sign it. And they are going to fight John Mahama. I am telling you. Ghana 4, you have to brace when you're ready. Bill way, Mahama will struggle to sign. But I know John Mahama said it 3 months, 4 months, he will sign this bill. The NPP are going to use parliament. They are going to go to court. They are going to frustrate the process. They are going to frustrate the process. Mamung, don't underestimate what is about to happen. They are going to actually distract the president. 2024, this is what BBC reported under Akufo-Addo. Ghana's finance ministry urges president not to sign anti-LGBTQ. Oforiata releases statement because Akufo-Addo sign a bill where that is the NPP for you. Nipo reported story no. Thomas Nadi in Accra and Gianluca Avagina in London. BBC for the catch Ghana for say Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo the finance minister the busu and you for and say hey so what sign a bill now ya ban e begu because yen tumi kwa brofo nko jiska yen tumi ko Europe nko jiska yen tumi ko America nko jiska and anytime Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo say we should reject or we should stop sending the bill to him. Let me tell you something. John Mahama will sign the bill. I can tell you that thing, I can assure you. But it is not going to be easy. The NPP are going to fight him. You saw a software, you saw a handful. They will start building up groups. That is how they work. It does not matter. John Dramani Mahama will sign this bill. He will sign it. But let me tell you people, it is not going to be easy. John Mahama is going to go through hell to sign this bill. Because the NPP will do everything possible. Omeko court. Omebe use parliament. Omebe use every means. The one thing that Ghanaians needs to be assured of, say, John Dramani Mahama, whether a month, 2, 3, 4, no matter. And there's one thing about John Mahama. He will allow the process to work. He will listen to everybody. He will allow Ghanaians to watch what the process looks. Yantia, Edena Tokonuanye, Edena MPP Ankoshe Tokonu, but we allowed the process to work. It wasn't for him. John Mahama did not come and say, I'm sacking Tokonu. It was the process that Tokonu had to go through. And John Dramani Mahama, if this is going to take 5 months, he will allow the process to go through. But at the end of the day, the system and the process will deliver justice to Ghanaians. And the process, John Mahama has been a president. He has never tried to distract the process. He has never tried to cut corners. He will allow the process to work. One person called parliament, echo radio objection, subpoena him, court. But what he will do is say, he will make sure the process is exhausted. And it will exhaust at the end of the day, and the Ghanaians will benefit from the process. For that, I can assure you. Intimunya ready, brace yourself. Some chiefs are going to start talking. Asophobi will start talking. All those people are going to be paid actors. They are going to start getting people on the street to demonstrate. They are going to frustrate, but Ghana for stick together. The bill has been passed. We all have to stick together, look at the principles, follow the precedent, believe in him that no matter how long it takes, John Dramani Mahama and the NDC will sign the bill. It's very, very important. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana politics move. Now, Funu said, Afenyo wedi 40. So a small boy. Akora Jimmy. We froye. We kai odimika bejane. We froye. Jimmy, Okwedi obi to the ombra court or so court. Muta than one court. But let's take care of the here. Start to D4 way there. Now, Yawahana last week, a year parliament made of NPP 4 and NDC 4 Equatina parliament. No Equatina parliament, The uncle and say Obuko Bobo, and I said they went to discuss the anti-LGBTQ bill. Remember, the majority leader was there, Hassan Ayaraga, and the minority leader was there, Kakawure Afenyo Markin. Meaning, the leadership of both sides, they were in parliament. And with all due respect, we know, the leadership of both sides, they know Emrano. The deputy speaker of parliament, he was also seated. And we all know Ahiafo, what he can do. In fact, Bibinti and not just Speaker of Parliament. But for some time now, Yabe will say, he knows Ayet Nejuma. Let's be very fair. You might not like Ahiafo. I had my own issues with him in the past. But consistently, you are beginning to see, he's not just sitting there because he's an NDC person. He is there because he knows parliamentary proceedings. He is knowledgeable about Parliament, what is happening there. And let's say this, nobody has overall control of monopoly on Parliament. Nobody should think that in Ghana. Obieni Ghana or Parliament na adwene say onim Parliament nyina chan obia no, because it's a process. Oboha obobo ache pass wasa. Oboha or a new player, so very smart. So it is not about your age and how long you have been in Parliament. That will say you know everything and you are intelligent when it comes to parliamentary proceedings. No. Parliament, or you being a leader in Parliament, or you heading Parliament as a speaker, it is not about your age. It is not about how long you have stayed in Parliament. It is all about how intelligent you are when it comes to accessing the issues when you are seated as the Speaker of Parliament. So nobody should feel because my child Parliament into Parliament, Parliament nobody is a Parliament god in Ghana. The same way you came to meet somebody in Parliament and studied and told yourself you are knowledgeable in parliamentary proceedings, the same way people to have been in Parliament, and for all you know, they are even smarter than you, who is calling yourself the alpha or the creme de la creme of Parliament. So nobody should feel that they own Parliament. If you think that way, then sit down, because you are tickling your brains and yourself. You will get there. But I wanted to make some things clear. Now, in Team Fojo defends Ekufuado's handling of anti-gay bill. And that's Rumudifo in Team Fojo. Interestingly, the NPP today are defending Nana Danko Ekufuado's action when it came to a passing Trumu bill in 2024. Bill no Ekufuado unsigned no. And the Sofumoko Trumudifo say, oh, Ekufuado aya dear pass one sign. Now, I'm going to play a video of him trying to defend Ekufuado. Me ya na me busa sa Trumudifo we say Again, the man sa confidence need to make that statement, because se bibia nkoka papa enye prede onyansa ni enete sa be we ase Bible cracker, yes say, okwasia ene kana kube muso nyankopon wo. That means onya kwasia, you will never say in your heart that there's no God. It is only a fool who says that there is no God. It is onya kwasia, you will never say in your word or in your mind. And I say if you wado krampo mbasa onyankopon wo. Into your kwasia. So when din kanya kwasia, untumi nkan wakube muso onyankopon wo, because it is only a fool who will say there's no God. It is a papa, bibiango kan papa nya prede no, ne Bible mu beno no. Now let's listen to Trumudie in True for John. I'm responding here to us.
If the bill was clean, then why didn't President Akufo-Addo sign? Now, the matter of signing, President Mahama himself said to the clergy when he was told that President Mahama, the bill that you said when you come, you sign. No, President Akufo-Addo did not sign it, so sign it for us. And he said, no, there's no bill in Jubilee House because no bill was submitted to President Akufo-Addo. You media, you reported the same thing. The voice is there. The text is there. President Mahama himself, not in Team Fojo, President Mahama said that he himself exonerated, and I give him credit for that sincerity. That he didn't do politics. He didn't do propaganda. He was sincere and said that the bill was never submitted to President Akufo-Addo. He never got it. So there's no bill.
See, when people call themselves men of God, and anytime I catch young people on social media listening to people, you need to first ask yourself that question. Nipa we ni interest in it. Way a friend who suffer odi in penifo den kwara nim say or suffer. You see the way he's basically lying. Won sibia or tini penny. He's just 40 years, so he's a kid. Me chani bebre. He's just a kid. And so I saw this 60. I tro any a 20 na manayesa. I'm older than this guy, but you see me, I look very young. Oh, so I go just 40 years. And Rachel did 40 years. And so on the way, I saw this 68. Now, when people are lying, and I am say these are the kind of people are Christo for the Christopher and be. Now, if a reverend sits on national television to blatantly lie, deliberately decide to play on the conscience of Ghanaians, Abra Onim said the all can ayatro. Today me catch Ghana for say, so also be kasa, so also be to mio obi fufuro busa almost a deeper interest to. Now, this is what this intrumudi for can or say. I John Mahama about power no, and I saw for Kobusana say, I then on sign a bill, and I John Mahama say, bill be any ho. John Mahama wasn't wrong. The question here is, what actually happened for that bill not at the end of the day, and to make John Mahama in him? Nana Danko Akufo-Addo instructed Parliament to stop bringing the bill. The bill was coming to him. Bill now, they were sending the bill to him. If Nana Danko Akufo-Addo had not released that letter, Akabill will get to him. So the bill was on its way to Akufo-Addo until Akufo-Addo instructed Parliament not to send that bill to him. So, Mahama Kaso Obano Wambeto bill, it is because of Akufo-Addo's foolishness or stop a bill from coming to him, because the bill was on its way to Akufo-Addo. There was nothing that was going to stop that bill from getting to Akufo-Addo for Akufo-Addo signing. Technically, when Parliament signs or says bill way ya pass here, technically it is in front of the president. The only thing left is for the bill to officially be sent to the president. And it's an answer to John Mahama or say bill now ya sign no, and I say ya pass or Parliament. No. Technically, it has gotten to me, but it needs to officially go through a process. Now, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo to say pass the bill. No, he knew the bill was coming. So what made Akufo-Addo write the letter? Akufo-Addo wrote the letter purposely to stop the bill from ending up on his desk. So for all you know, the bill was electronically sent to his office, but they never put it in front of Akufo-Addo. So you cannot just sit and say, na John Mahama about Pal office, no. I didn't know John Mahama can say, Bill Niniwo. The reason John Mahama said that was because Nana Danko Akufo-Addo wrote a letter and stopped the bill halfway and said, I don't want it to come. Into how can you, a reasonable man, also yes of what answer? Tell Ghana for say, John Mahama until Oka say, Bill Biamba. No, Parliament passed it. if today John Mahama releases a statement or writes to Parliament and tells Parliament that the bill that you have passed, which technically is on my desk, you people should not, that means John Dramani Mahama has stopped the bill from being sent on his desk. If Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's secretary Senka one trust her email now. Nanka was Akufo-Addo signing. So technically, the bill was the Akufo-Addo. The Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo regime, the NPP were majority in parliament. In Team for Jokwasiampe, were you not in parliament when that bill was passed? Were you not in parliament when the Speaker of Parliament said they are forwarding the bill to the president? Were you not in parliament when Akufo-Addo wrote letter to parliament that bail and Breme? So how do you say Nana John Mahama has vindicated Akufo-Addo? What is the vindication here? And now you don't understand the process. So who are Kora hospital? Technically, so who are Korana? Ne you know Sebio ye Yakwana to until say nurses no be call ekromha. Who are Kora? They need to tag you the mother. They need to tag you the father. They need to tag the kid. Until say, ya dia kwa be pad ho ya tag ya de be bro ma wa signing off say obani no technically obitumi wia oba no enti sa akora no ebetuma ba say ya de be pie ba na nya oba. But the moment we know that you are the mother. But when those formalities are not done, you might end up with somebody's child. It's Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The day the bill was passed, the day the bill was born, Nana Akufo-Addo was the bill's father. He was supposed to allow the bill to come through. But it was his actions that made sure the bill never ended up at the Jubilee House. So how can you say Akufo-Addo has been vindicated? He would have allowed the bill to come and follow through the process. And then John Mahama, a bill has been passed. He's expecting the bill in his office. And after that, he has to study the bill and make sure, say, the Ghana phone peno bill no ewum. In fact, Ghana phone pe bibi oma, he has to share that with the Council of State for them to also advise. And if he feels say bibi wom Ghana phone he will have to respectfully send the bill back to Parliament and not say they should never bring it. They should really look at it and bring it to him. That is Penyini Kwasia. Akufo-Addo never did anything like this. Nana Akufo-Addo stupidly wrote a letter and insulted every single person in Ghana because we Ghanaians, our representatives, are in Parliament. Every single person working in Parliament represents Ghanaians. So Akufo-Addo Jimmy Fono wrote a letter through his secretary to tell us, all of us, say, yeah, Jimmy, that bill should not come to him. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo did not respect the people. John Mahama today, if he writes a letter and tells Parliament not to transmit that bill, John Mahama is disrespecting the Constitution, disrespecting we the people. Because the legislature has done its job. The executive needs to respect the work of the legislature. So what Akufo-Addo should have done was to allow the bill to come in, read through the bill, and tell us Ghanaians, I have received it respectfully because I respect you and the people who represent you because they were up day and night to put this document together. So for the respect I have for you, I have received it. I have looked through it. It has to go through a process. And then the guy actually stopped the bill from even coming to him. Then he said, John Mahama saw by and one to bill. Or dying. Now, all time I would magazine to no original. These are the small things they do. And then you ask yourself, why should any Ghanaian go to the ballot and vote for these animals? They are stupid because the first thing they say, they don't respect the minds of, they don't respect us. Well, or just for 10 years, so Aquara, small boy. Jimmy na ye Jimmy tra na asin south of us akoto aba emakwasiya we are. Now they are the most stupid people on this planet. Because this guy, what shows this guy should even lead Asin South again? Say, Obi free Asin South ko ada council be ko to abama in team for draw. Bema obi say we dino on fan ko so onye. Then you the people at Asin South not mumudu do Jimmy, because this guy is basically an embarrassment to intelligence and the Christian religion. Now, there's something the NPP are doing. And what they are doing now, and they say, they are hiding behind what we call dilute quorum. Now, Mameka Bibincho, NPP, they are on a mission. Whether you like it or not as a Ghanaian, this anti-LGBTQ bill, this bill is political. Yeah. The NPP in 2024, they did everything possible to use this anti-LGBTQ bill to convince Ghanaians that they are against LGBTQ. It was a fact. And from the beginning of this anti-LGBTQ bill, started from a private members bill, a team for Joe, any some George Mustatiano. The end game for the NPP was that they would sign the bill and use it as a political campaign. It wasn't about anything. Right now, when you listen to the NPP, they now are torn between, should we defend the bill or we basically let Ghanaians believe that the bill isn't right and that if Akufo-Addo could not pass it, they should also not pass it. The I don't know what that is what the NPP are doing, because you see, it's the motive. If the NPP believes that anti-LGBTQ bill it is basically to fight a menace that we all agree we don't like, our culture, our religion, everything is against. The NPP today will be supporting this bill irrespective of what is going around. But now you see what they are doing. What they are doing now is that no devil on this planet can clean Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo is the devil. You can't political devil and nobody in the NPP can clean Akufo-Addo when it comes to this anti-LGBTQ bill. Even the devil would never believe Akufo-Addo, because Akufo-Addo had all the authority, the opportunity, all the right on this planet to sign that bill. But Nana Addo Akufo-Addo chose money over Ghana, and that is a fact. The Akufo-Addo government, led by Akufo-Addo, Oforiatta, Gabi Ochidakun, Bamti, all these criminals, they were looking at money than looking at what Ghanaians wanted. In this study, when they started this anti-LGBTQ in 2024, the whole idea was that NPP be pass it. Now ya check Ghana for say, yani edo Christopher, yani edo Kremufo, yani edo Ghana NDC for, they will oppose it. And you see, the NDC from day one, they had sponsors like Sam George and other members of parliament who wholeheartedly supported the passing of the bill. You can never have one MP from the NDC side who said he was opposed to the bill. Nobody. Every single person was in favor of passing the bill. So at the end of the day, why couldn't the NPP convince the Akufo-Addo that no matter what, morally, we have to sign this bill to prove a point to Ghana that at least we, the majority, we leading this, we have been able to do something. Nana Addo Akufo-Addo was choosing money over Ghana. Now Akufo-Addo failed to sign this bill into a law. NDC comes to power. The people are still waiting on the government to show to them that there are some things we frown on. There are some things we don't like because of our culture. There are some things. So the government of the day should prove to us that they can basically make this happen. And you know one interesting thing. So we see MPP for, there are some 3 words they are using. They are using quorum. Right now, they are using every means to block the president from signing this bill. So they have raised so many issues. Oh, there was no quorum. And the parliament, pass it bill, no. The leader of the minority, Afenyo Markin, also a lawyer, and he was there. You, the sponsor of the bill, interim for Joe, you were there. So if you people calling yourself parliamentarians who are intelligent, why couldn't you guys raise that objection that, Mr. Speaker, this bill, we cannot pass it today because I, the minority leader, Kakawere Afenyo Markin, looking behind me, I don't have the numbers to support this bill. Why didn't that actor, that Kumewood actor, that guy who once shined and a prostitute at Ablekuma, why didn't he raise that objection to say, we cannot be part of this? You, the sponsor, you sat through it. The minority leader who says he knows everything and intelligent and smarter than everybody in parliament sat through every single thing. So how do you now turn around and come to the media and tell Ghana that there was no quorum? So we don't understand why that bill was passed. Wait, Jimmy, who do you people think you are talking to? You are stupid. Now, they have another thing they want to use to distract the president or block this bill from being passed, because they believe that if John Dramani Mahama, who's promised Ghanaians that whatever Ghanaians want, he will do for them, if the president signs it, that will be the end of the devilish party. So what they are doing now is, oh, the bill has been watered down. Let me tell you something. How stupid the NPP they are. When somebody who is a sponsor of the bill comes out and tells Ghanaians that the bill that was passed in my presence, the bill that was passed whilst I was in government. The bill that was passed whilst I was in government. That bill has been watered down. The first question you ask is, this guy speaking, was he there when the bill was passed? In fact, when the bill was reintroduced, was he part of the people who sat through the committee's activities to make sure that whatever is in the bill is ready and what we all agree on before it comes to the committee? Tim Fojo and his colleagues in Parliament, when the anti-LGBTQ bill was reintroduced in Parliament, sat through the committee hearing. In fact, he contributed word by word. That is what shows that this guy is a blatant liar. He's a fool. You know why? Because you see, Jimmy, and they are doing politics with this. Now, what they want to do is they want to distract the system, lie to the system, and block the president from signing this bill. Because when you come out to tell me, say, the bill has been watered down, some of the wording have been changed.
Okay, Abusunya winning and some so political highway. So NPP minority, omo adwempo omo abafa President Mahama say or sign anti-LGBTQ na. Omo de ne kwa kopie mu court. Ebeda masesa mo je pene ko Peez and some way edemai.